Can you hear the buzzing?
Good here. Yes, perfect.
All right. We good?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, one thing I gotta say about the Fallout after Bethesda took over it, it's that everything is 1950s, and I think the series here also is so lazy about the props. Everything is 1950s, 1960s.
Yeah,
Like
it
there's no
is.
change.
It's definitely what the series has become. And I entirely blame Fallout 2, of course, just to be a contrarian
Yeah.
because of New Reno. New Reno, they had the mobsters with like the 1950s style, you know, um, mobster suits. And then Bethesda was like, "Man, my favorite location is New Reno.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
let's make the
Everything is
series
that.
that." And this is 1950s, except black people are
Yeah.
okay.
But you see, I'm kind of like expecting there's that, because Fallout had that gothic architecture type of feeling, and you don't see that in like this Fallout. It's just 1950s America. That's it with you know those curvy nuclear designs, whatever they are.
Yeah, less Mad Max.
Yeah.
You get like the architecture as much from the
But
original
look at the
games.
cars in the TV show. Like they look like normal 50s cars, and they just put like some big fucking like propeller in the middle of the hood. Eh.
Right. Yeah, that car right there in the background. I guess that's a huge difference. The Highwayman.
Yeah.
You know, from Fallout 2. Got a little glimpse of that red car for a second.
Yeah.
But it is kind of interesting. Still using these old-fashioned cameras. Now that I think about
Yeah,
it.
that's another thing. But that could, yeah. I mean, it's hipsters. It came back with hipsters back just a while ago. I mean, they're kind of cool, but yeah.
I guess we didn't get to see him develop the camera. We don't know exactly how it works.
Also, the black and white TV. Why did they like even in the 50s they had color?
Yeah, I don't understand that. Also, in the Fallout intro, I seem to remember it was in color, but maybe I'm misremembering that. The little TV bit.
Mm, um,
If it's in black and white, that might be why they did it.
Fallout 2 was in black and white. That I remember.
Okay, okay.
The Pip Boy
So
intro was in black and
to
white.
some extent, it's not an entirely consistent setting. They're like, oh yeah, it's like Robbie the Robot.
Yeah.
Robots and stuff like that. But then we have genetic modification due to fucking technology,
Mm-hmm.
like that creates FEV, which
FEV, which is
you
now
you would think that they would need some
widespread.
pretty advanced knowledge to figure that out.
Yeah.
They can't figure out, electronics.
No. That's it.
So,
How was it? The
so I
whole
guess,
transistor was invented. Wasn't that the whole lore skip?
yeah, I think they finally, if I remember, have finally kind of figured that shit out by the time um, Big Mountain is around. It
Mm-hmm.
looks like their technology post
I think
apocalypse is starting to pick it up.
this is one of the dumbest things that the new Fallout also had. It's
Oh yeah,
like you can't fucking escape a nuclear blast, man.
they just had to have a scene where people see the nuke.
Yeah.
I think the series Jericho, I think it was called, did it
Oh,
well. We're
I love that
way the
one.
fuck off in the distance. You know,
Wasn't
it's
that
way, way far away.
wasn't that
It
like
wasn't like, "Well, that's way too close, you know.
yeah, Jericho? I binged that series. I liked it because of the and wasn't it like Texas went to war against California or something?
Like the reconstruction part of the show, yeah, you basically had different factions of the United States warring against each other for control,
Yeah, that I
to pick up the
specifically
pieces.
remember Texas was one of the
I know
factions they were in.
Kansas was involved. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Next Fallout game should definitely be like Texas based because they Texas Republic or something.
Well, so many fans they developed the Texas region.
Mm-hmm.
I had partial preference for like the Detroit region.
Yeah.
There's definitely plenty of
Hangdowns.
material left to mine. Yeah, this right here is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
They're all dead already.
So radiation's already hit them.
But the only saving grace is you could say, well, maybe this is a different kind of nuclear bomb. It's a wacky wasteland bomb where it makes time move in slow motion while things are happening. You see, he's going in slow motion. He's in bullet time.
See, but even that one there, it's like
That was his fucking face. That's why, actually, to be fair,
mm,
um, we have not seen what happens immediately after this. It's going to be seen in season 2. They're going to do flashbacks of that.
yeah.
See, they're like, oh yeah. Even whenever we do the other flashbacks, it doesn't show anything right there. It shows previous to that. So we will get to see what happened to him and his daughter there, to where she was lost and he was turned into a ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
Tune in next year.
How many? It's like comes next month, right?
Oh yeah, for us now.
On the
Yeah, for
14th or
sure.
when?
I've been curious about it since this has aired, since I watched it the first time. Um, I will say that. So for the fans that hate the show, I think the most interesting part of the show is the prequel stuff to this.
You
Like
think so?
the pre-war stuff. Oh yeah,
I
that's what
think.
I care about anyway. I mean,
Uh,
I care about like right now as far as, because all the rest of this is just, oh, they're wandering through the wasteland, they encounter some crazy monster and then they kill it and then they go to the next bit
yeah,
and
I know, but I think
you know,
I thought that would have been much more interesting if it would have been done like I was much more interesting. I would definitely I was looking forward like, hey, I want to see the fucking NCR fully developed. Like I want to see it live action form and nothing happened.
well, we
And
will
that's
see
what
on
I was
this
so
season,
yeah, but
but will be
it's
shattered.
yeah.
And I'll say nobody, no fan of New Vegas would have probably really been happy with the way they would treat NCR. Um, I think
Or
that
even fan of Fallout like 2 or 1, I guess like, I just
they changed a lot from then to New Vegas.
yeah.
To me, so I've saw some fans that were like didn't like on RPG Codex mainly, that didn't like the changes to NCR in Fallout New Vegas. So
Oh
it's just
yeah.
such a fan base that has existed for so long that I think some people are
True.
going to be
True,
pissed
but
off.
I
That
think
being said, it's
yeah.
obvious they nuked NCR the fuck out of their home region.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck you. NCR doesn't exist here anymore.
Yeah, that's what I like. That pissed me off. It's like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
why? You can make like, because the whole point you could make different ways of the NCR being like weak. I mean, they were already in New Vegas weak because they were stretched too far. But yeah,
And I do think that's interesting because it was a commentary also on kind of, you know democracy in
Yeah,
general,
yeah, old
and
world democracy.
yeah, as opposed to Caesar's Legion, which is now apparently run by Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see what happened there. But let's,
It'll give him a chance to revitalize his career at the very
yeah. But he
least.
seems like a cool
And
guy when I see his interviews. Like,
no, he is.
yeah,
He is. You know, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
yeah. But like Caesar's Legion, New Vegas. The nuance they had in in the politics. Like Caesar's Legion, yeah, they're like evil guys. But I would, who I kind of like based them on like a real life faction in our world, which just still exists in some ways. Like the Islamic faction, was it ISIS.
Oh,
You
right.
remember those
ISIS.
guys?
Yeah.
Total copy of Caesar's Legion.
Yeah.
When you think about it, like
Yeah.
it's
They
like,
didn't really
yeah,
develop that enough in New
they didn't
Vegas
have the time. Yeah,
compared to like how it would have been in Van Buren, where they got like chariots made out of like old cars and shit
yeah.
being pulled by
I think that would have been
wildlife.
too on the nose, but it's was it?
Maybe, but whenever you're fighting against, superior, firepower, maybe they need some tank support. I don't know. That it
Sure,
seemed
but
like that was the only
chariot
thing they
cars
had.
just seems like a stupid idea.
Maybe. I don't know. It seems like Escape from New York. Like it just feels a post-apocalypse.
Oh yeah,
Apocalypse.
remember in the new Mad Max, what was it? The new Mad Max, what's
Fury
his name?
Road,
Not
Furiosa.
Furiosa, yeah. Was it Dementis? Yeah, Dementis has that motorcycle chariots.
Right.
That was
Yeah, I thought
pretty
that was
sick.
one of the cooler parts of that movie because the rest of it was pretty
I liked it
boring.
for what it
But
was. I liked it. You know.
yeah, yeah, I guess it deserved to exist.
Yeah.
It was fine, considering that the material was kind of butchered. George Miller just kind of had to piece together different scripts.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah, but let's see in New Vegas. They'll definitely. I have a feeling that they'll make Caesar's Legion into cartoony villains, which they kind of are. But it's you
yeah. So
know,
far, the trailer hasn't really shown me that they really are going to do the Legion justice at all. Um, I can understand turning the the kings into ghouls.
mm.
If Vegas has fallen, and
Vegas
it looks like we're
apparently
going for
hasn't
that.
fallen. When you see
Well,
Freeside
it's
stuff.
fallen enough to where, well, yeah, Vegas is closed off probably, and the rest of it is just completely falling to shit. If the ghouls are just feral ghouls are running around,
Well, they're around. They
and
seem to be outside the gates of Freeside, and Freeside's still the
yeah,
same. Well, house is
maybe it's
definitely
just in
one.
that one location. Maybe it's just in that one location there. The kings are just falling. Well, I guess it would make sense too because they wouldn't know what to do with that faction otherwise. They're
Well,
like, well,
house
let's just
gets
turn
rid
them
of
into
them
fucking
anyway, so
ghouls.
in the end credits. So
Maybe that's how he got rid of them.
yeah, possibly. If they explain it well, fine.
Yeah, I really only care like as far as this plot line goes. I mean, and I'm exaggerating to some extent, but I really only care about Dale Cooper.
Hmm.
He can kill his daughter here, and I don't give a fuck. Um, I just want to see Dale Cooper walk the wasteland and see Walton Goggins try to kill him, and I don't care if they piss all over the Fallout lore or not.
You son of a bitch. The lore's been pissed on already several times, so it doesn't matter anymore.
Actually, this bit here, where like the Raiders
Mm.
break in, it is pretty good. I like this whole ritual of this vault. Just fucking it's not really spoiling anything. Nobody cares. Everybody's already watched it that wants to watch it. But it's all a setup. It's just like every other vault. Their little, slice of life happiness that they got going on here is all a facade. And
Mm.
um, it's a good way to introduce to people that haven't heard about Fallout or like read like the pages of lore about every vault, about how this whole operation works. So
Yeah.
basically I'm looking forward to another vault maybe in
Yeah.
season 2.
Sure. I'm just, wondering. They're in New California Republic area, and of course there was a nuclear blast, so that can explain some of it. But also, why is Moldaver hanging out with the Raiders? And are these Raiders like? What was the big idea to do here with the Raiders?
This chick, these aren't technically well, she's basically trying to take back yeah, this is a whole narrative about, freedom fighters fighting against a corrupt government that has somehow survived the apocalypse that they created. Um, I think, and so she thinks she can do as much bad shit as she wants to all these motherfuckers. This is the oligarchy. This is we're fighting the machine here, type of
Yes,
thing.
capitalism bad.
I really
We're
think that
actually
that's
fighting against
just
the corporatocracy.
and this little dude here,
Corporatocracy.
the kleptocracy. Yeah, this dude here, I want to see what they do with him. He gets left in with the brain bot at the end of the season. Um, we get like a couple images of him in the season 2 trailer.
Yeah.
I've only watched it once. I hate rewatching that shit just to like, oh, are they gonna do this?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this character is gonna do that. It's just like I'm just gonna enjoy it or not when it comes out.
Yeah.
I know Dale Cooper's gonna be in it, and he's gonna be wearing power armor,
But he's one of
and
my least favorite. I like the
he's
actor. I
actually
like his.
he's written pretty poorly in
Yeah,
this
I'm not
show.
interested in the character
Yeah.
at all.
No, no. Well, I don't. I want to know his backstory. Like he's obvious. This is a fake person. Like
Yeah, well,
everything we've
he's a
seen
vault tech
of him is fake.
exec or whatever he was. Like,
Yeah, I don't think I want to know if he actually gives a fuck about his daughter at all, or if
right.
she's just like, product or whatever.
Oh, what are they gonna
Um,
do with Big Mountain? Like the guy Sinclair, because they kind of ruined
I
his
just
character in the
I thought so.
show.
If we're gonna go to season 3,
Yeah.
if we're gonna go into season 3, you could even go farther into those regions, or you could just try to handle them all in season 2. But um, I would leave some of that shit open because what are they going to do? They can be like, "Oh, we're going to DC now, or we're going to Boston," or they'll just end the show. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Fallout goes, they're just going to keep making these seasons until they can say, "Well, now we're going to announce the next game, and this has maybe been a prelude to that to some extent, set up some lore, you know,
Yeah.
so that we could, I don't know." So just simply because they just can't make the game while they're making Skyrim 2 and whatever else shit they're making.
Skyrim 2. Skyrim 10th edition special. Fucking that anniversary edition thing. What a crazy
The Fallout
money
4.
grab.
It's just like with the Fallout 4 anniversary updates, people being pissed off. It's like, what did you expect?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is Bethesda. Like, this was just par
Now
for the
they're
course.
gonna have
And
the
I'm not even disparaging them as a developer. Like, every developer does this kind of shit to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
But most of them don't have a huge mod community. So Bethesda, they do this modding thing where they're like, we're gonna steal your mods,
Yeah.
and we'll release them for a good wedding sex scene. But That's the most explicit Fallout's got in years. Fallout New Vegas. The most you get is Vanessa's talking about finger banging her old
Isn't it?
friend
Isn't it?
Christy.
Isn't it funny that you can fucking chop people's limbs off, but you can't show them fucking?
Well, it's
Found
simply
that kind of
because,
weird.
and this is what people complain about with
Yeah.
these, but it's also makes sense if you want to make money. The games are made for kids, guys. I know you feel
Yeah.
like it makes you. Anybody listening to this video, anybody not listening to it. The games are made to sell, to everybody, including kids. And kids can't have gratuitous sex.
No, they can't. But I think. See here, that's another kind
And
of
as soon as
discussion
we get
about
it, it'll be
morals.
Dragon Age. It'll be Dragon Age sex. As soon as you get it, it'll be like, oh, well, you can finger bang all 5 of your companions.
Finger bang.
See, that was the sign right there. She should have known he was a raider as soon as he wiped his dick on the curtain.
Yeah.
Because no vault dweller knows about that.
Like
They
what
haven't
your
been
daddy
taught
should
that.
have done with you. Oh, burn. Wish I had a soundboard go beep boop or something. Dang.
And I understand modern old Fallout fans being upset. They're like, "Oh, this looks just like right out of the Bethesda games." It's like, well, what did Bethesda have to work with? A bunch of 2D sprites like viewed from 5,000 miles up in the air?
Yeah, but it
Like,
was obvious that they didn't really even play the game.
I wouldn't say that.
I
I
remember
mean,
first time when it
some
came,
of
it
them
really
at least
felt like,
played.
yeah, some of them must have, but then we look at Todd Howard, and to me, Todd Howard seems like very simplistic in what he wants in the games. And then don't even get me started on Emilio Pagliarulo, because he's like,
Yeah.
fucking keep it simple, stupid. It's like great writing, dude. Awesome.
Well, he won't be around for very much longer, I hope. I mean, literally, he'll just retire or die, and then we'll
I like the two
somebody
choices: either retire or die. So, yeah.
I don't think he's gonna get fired, to be honest. He's made a lot of money for the
Well,
company.
he's
So
Todd's friend also, and Todd is pretty much cemented into Bethesda's place now that Microsoft has bought it. So I don't think they can just shit can him.
but people are bitching about this 1950s aesthetic, but I wish we still had it. I mean,
No, I
like,
agree.
this is where it's at.
Yeah.
This is like, why did things change from this? Like, are you better suited having like a computer in your stove on the front of it? I saw in the season 2 trailer that girl boss is she has a power fist in the new one.
Yeah,
She's going to use in one scene.
yeah, no, I saw that. Yeah, already saw the comments and someone saying, "Oh, I didn't know that you could charge up a power fist."
I don't know if she was like loading it
But
or
I wouldn't
not.
call her a girl boss, even.
No, I just forgot her name.
Yeah.
But I was about to point out the scene where she gets stabbed instead of him is like a subversion of that girl boss thing, where like she's like just stabbed him like easily whenever he's ran up on her. That's a trope. That whole thing, whatever they call it.
You gotta hope that's not a gut wound. I forgot how
It's okay. She has super magic stim pack.
Yeah. Oh shit.
But they still use a regular toothbrush.
Did they ever explain how the stim pack work? I know that Fallout, the OG Fallouts had always explanation on everything. Remember the items? That was actually interesting. Like they had explanations on whatever everything was. I think stim
Yeah,
packs were some
and
kind of new technology that healed
I
also.
don't remember specifically any of that lore. I just assume it's magic healing item.
Oh, and the guns in like Bethesda Fallout, and then like the New Vegas Fallout, original Fallouts. Like, you don't need to put the aesthetic to have it. Not everything has to look the fucking same, you know. And Bethesda
Yeah, the
decides, let's
guns.
put World War One weapons into the future, like it makes any fucking sense. Even the TV show seems to have this. Like, why are they using World War Two guns in the armory here? Which already should be like what 200-year-old weapons when the wait when did the war start? 2070 or something. That's when the world ended. So they have armory weapons from World War Two, which would be what? It's like 100-year-old weapons.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd have to specifically pause. Like, what is it? That's the World War II
It's like it's
era
a
weapon.
grease gun,
So, yeah,
a
there's a grease
Stager or
gun.
something.
But to be fair, is a grease gun ever gonna not be useful?
That's
In
actually
this
a Bren gun. I think it's the same one the
that side
stormtroopers
clip.
use.
And
OG
I think the
stormtroopers.
idea is that those are maintained in the armory of this vault,
Yeah.
and since we have this stupid setting that is perpetually stuck, to be fair, the Fallout 1 and 2, they also had tons of these antiquated weapons.
Yeah.
And, and then it seemed like, oh, then we have the Bozar, and,
Yeah.
we have,
Well, you had
some
the
other
AK
stuff.
47 or something like that. So you
And,
had.
some people complain about tactics as weapons, but
I
the
love
weapons are
tactics
actually pretty
weapons.
fucking good. They're
Yeah.
fucking awesome. There's nothing wrong with the weapons and the tactics
Oh, you know
as far as
what I thought about
design.
like the
I mean,
weapons. You know
bugs.
the hunting rifle. The first time I actually, just a while ago, I actually started looking at the sprite of the hunting rifle of Fallout 1 and 2. You know the first rifle you get in the game. Well,
Right.
first after the pipe gun. Uh, I didn't even realize that it's like an AR platform. Did you realize that?
Okay. No, I mean, I think I remember reading that before, but no, I don't have that. It's common knowledge.
Yeah, I always thought
Yeah.
it was just like a wooden rifle, but then I looked at it closer and
Actually, it
it's
bothers me
yeah,
about games,
yeah,
and I understand why they do it. They don't want to get like pay for the rights, maybe to whatever gun manufacturer.
yeah,
But
yeah.
like even in Resident Evil, I want the handgun to be a Beretta 92 FS or whatever. Like
Hmm.
I want to know what it is.
Well, in Fallout 1 and 2, they actually they used Heckler and Koch when they used the real gun
Oh, I
weapons
know.
back then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it was a Armalite hunting rifle. But it wasn't a real one, obviously. They just but they had no shame in using the real world counterpart companies.
Yeah, see this girl here, she shows that she's fairly competent. She saved her smart little brother here.
Yeah, but I don't exactly. She doesn't give me that. There's some characters that make sense,
I mean,
but
I
the
think this
actor
character
can.
makes sense. I mean,
Yeah,
I think she wants to fucking find her dad after she finds out about him
yeah,
at the end of the season. Up to this point, like that her dad is like probably the most important person in her life, and
mm,
she's really dependent on him emotionally and psychologically. And after this whole thing where she was supposed to get married to this dude and he tries to kill her, and then she sees her dad just like fucking drown him here in the this changes her plans.
Yeah.
What's she gonna do after this? Oh, well, I guess I'm gonna marry somebody else. I'm gonna sit here and wrench pipes all day. I'm gonna go teach, somebody something, whatever. I don't know. This would be like a kind of life-changing situation when so I see her leaving the vault, and it's a trope at this point in the series. And
Leaving the
the
vault.
fact that she's a woman, I know this bothers some people. They think that
Yeah,
she's a
but I
Mary Sue,
no,
probably,
I don't
but
think. Yeah, I don't think
I
it.
don't. I'm
I
not
think
saying
she's
you
a. I
do.
think the character is not annoying. I think
People have
it's.
said that not even watching the show though,
Yeah.
and it's the same like with Prey, that movie, The Prey, or Prey, just Prey, with the Indian chick, and
Yeah.
that she's not a Mary Sue. She acts like a Mary. She wants to be a Mary Sue, and then like people bitch slap her and tell her, know your place. You're going to get killed, and then a bunch of people do get killed, and then she feels guilty, and she learns from it, and that's pretty good writing. It seems like something that a woman might do, like,
Yeah.
but
And I think. I
if
think
anybody's
this.
annoying, this bitch is annoying.
I think
This bitch.
this. Oh yeah, Moldaver is annoying. This one I don't. I don't like her at all. Like she's annoying and like total. And her what was her like whole fucking
That's the thing. It was like
her whole fucking
I'm trying
motive
to
of doing
remember.
this was stupid. It like made no sense.
Well, I don't think we've gotten the whole story, as because, like I say, we something happened to get
Hmm.
there was. I feel like we're missing scenes with Moldaver, like at least like one scene or two, where she talked to Walton Goggins again, and this would have been pre-war, just to set something up. I don't know, because otherwise she is kind of a shitty character. She's probably the weakest part of this entire season.
Hmm. The this the main character, this girl, what was her name again? Vault. Let's call her Vault Dweller, Chick Vault Dweller.
If we had the audio turned up more, I would I would probably remember her name, but I forgot it. Yeah, Chick Dweller.
Chick Dweller. Yeah, she's kind of a Mr. Magoo, and I like that about her. I think it kind of fits it if you want to go with that whole Fallout 2 like crazy wasteland type of you know setting. I think she's perfect for that. Bubbly and you know high
Yeah,
luck and just think shit happens around her. It's fine.
it would only have worked with a character like her.
Mm.
If a guy was doing it, it would have been less endearing and more stupid. I think, like she's a little more, and by the end of the season, she's kind of losing some of that bubbliness.
Yeah.
She's like, okie dokie, let's fucking do this. Now,
Yeah.
this character,
This character I don't like.
I have no
I
like.
say I don't like this character because I don't like the Brotherhood of Steel how it's written here. It's like totally fucking retarded.
I don't mind the Brotherhood as still as it's written here, because every Brotherhood faction seems to be run completely differently, and this seems to be run like a futuristic asshole army wearing power armor, and they have their stupid little rituals, and this is just hazing. And this dude is kind of a douchebag. We learn later on he probably deserves some of this. You know what? Then we have the transsexual friend here,
Yeah.
which is just a coward. Gets him in a shitty situation. This whole situation is something I can see happening, but I don't care. You know what I mean? It does. I feel like it was. This is good. I like seeing them like army regiment. You know,
Yeah.
it almost feels real. instead of
Almost,
just
but
a
then they don't feel
guys.
like army guys. Like they feel like
No,
completely
they they're
fucking recruits.
they send their paladins out, and they're act like assholes, and
Yeah.
treat their squires like, it's more like a knight squire thing, which Bethesda
Yeah, but
loves. They
even
love that knight thing.
yeah, but even knights would be like fucking much better disciplined.
Well, I'm saying it's like an asshole version of that. They could have just done it like, you know, I don't, like actual like army discipline, not like
Yeah.
it's just a Bethesda thing. I don't like the knight squire focus. Them adding all these different ranks and all that crap. But then again, I do like the Catholic stuff here. This is clearly just like
I don't. I.
combination of cultures. Like they've just like borrowed things, that were
Yeah,
around before the
yeah,
fall.
but like
You
the
know, and,
original Brotherhood was. I mean, they were like
oh well, no, it's nothing
zealots,
like
but
that.
yeah,
No.
but they weren't like the Catholic Church.
Well, that's my point. I don't think they need. I don't think they need to be. I don't think they need to be like the original Brotherhood anymore. I think enough time has went by,
Sure, I can.
and they've
Everything
had
can like
enough.
morph, but it just.
Because like the original leader's dead.
But it
He's the
shouldn't be.
one that
I,
held the.
yeah, but it shouldn't be called the Brotherhood anymore. It should be evolved into something like a different name, like you know, it's not the Roman Empire anymore. Now it's the Holy Roman Empire.
Yeah,
Think if you write it like this, like for example,
I think
you've
that's
had
why
this
they made
faction the whole
lions.
beginning of season 1, and at some point in the end of the season the big reveal would be that these guys used to be the Brotherhood.
That would probably appeal more to fans of the that had actually already had knowledge of the material.
Yeah, but you could write it well that like even new people watch. It's like we descend from this order, and then you go back to the United States military, which they are originally from. Like go, oh,
Yeah.
this has happened before, and then you go back into the
Bringing
if you
that
wanna,
up, bringing that up.
yeah,
Let's bring that up while we're bringing up the Brotherhood and how this. I don't think this has affected it so much as Fallout 76 has destroyed the origins
mm-hmm.
of the Brotherhood of Steel. We
Oh
have
yeah,
a faction of Brotherhood of Steel that was in the Appalachian Mountains now before
they
the
gotta be everywhere.
fall.
They gotta be
So it's
everywhere.
done as far as that.
Yeah.
This is like that's why I say I think this was okay. I like that Bethesda has the suits hooked up to like
Yeah.
you know like you're picking up a fucking Detroit diesel out of the back of a
Mm-hmm.
howitzer, or something like
Yeah.
that's how heavy these are.
No, no, no.
That's how they should
I think
build.
that's
There's
the
little
best
things
thing they
like
could have
that.
done. Yeah, yeah. To actually feel
Of
like it
course,
means something. Like,
but then you put it up against a death claw the first 2 hours in
yeah,
Fallout
yeah,
4, and it's
yeah.
just like,
Don't earn
okay,
it.
you missed the point on that.
Yeah.
So overall, I think the writing on these characters is a little crap, but I like the development of the Brotherhood in this way. It is more like the Fallout 4 Brotherhood, basically. That's what they're going with here. They're going with that whole, um, which was the best part of Fallout 4, the
Yeah,
Brotherhood
like
and that. You know,
this is your time in the military. Fucking throwing bricks into a bus. We call
and
it brick
jacking off
ball.
under the flat
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, wakey, wakey, hands off, Snakey.
I don't even have a penis.
They're gonna go have an orgy, and I can't go in.
I mean, I like this character because he's kind of a bad guy, actually. I think in the end we're gonna see this character as a bad guy. I don't think we're gonna see him
Yeah,
as
I don't. Sorry, I
a
don't
good.
actually hate the character. I just don't.
Well, no,
I
I think
don't
he's
like
an
the. I don't like one thing that pissed me off in that one episode is like he didn't even understand what sex was, and I think that's probably the most important thing that they should be teaching over there, especially when it's like a fucking
yeah,
apocalyptic world. It's like one of the first things.
yeah. That's why I
Procreation
said he's
works.
retarded.
Yeah.
Because it's just kind of he's he's like a character with three intelligence or something, or like four intelligence.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
And this is why I don't like the androgynous character because they basically let this dude get black bagged, because they put razor blades in their own fucking boots and didn't want to go out.
Hmm.
So he had nothing to do with that. That was that other character that had just gotten the right to do it, but didn't actually want it.
Yeah. Did it go that way?
Spoiler alert. Yeah, that's how it was. That's how it
Yeah.
ends.
Yeah.
So he's actually not. He got treated like shit by his unit. Then he got kicked out there.
Yeah.
Basically gets sent out as a squire with this other dude, and then that dude treats him like shit, and he dies. He lets him die, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'll steal the suit." And then he
Yeah.
comes back and lies, and then they're like, "Well, we can use you anyway." All things turn out good in the end, and then the dude's like, "Oh yeah, I put those razor blades in my boot. This is all my fault." Like, yeah, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
This is a story about characters that want to go out into the wasteland.
Oh yeah. This actor's in. What's it called? Severance. Severance. Yeah.
Yeah, and this other dude here, he's been in some comedic roles, and that lady, she's been in tons of stuff. She's a famous black actress that I am forgetting the name of.
I don't remember her from anything.
She's been around a while, so she's been in some things.
This guy.
This guy's nose has been in a lot of things, but his body hasn't been.
I think
And
he
it's just
might
his nose.
be of a certain people. Maybe, perhaps.
Turkish.
I'm thinking more like Band to the Desert. People.
African.
Close, but money lending,
He
liking.
grew up in Liberia.
Oh.
Don't lose. Yes, I will not lose.
Think if you just had that character in one scene and it could be like, okay, people, now try to convince me wrong. Wrong. I'm gonna debate you and see why we shouldn't go to the wasteland.
I like this guy here too, even that guy. Like a lot of these vault
All the
people,
vault dwellers seem to be interesting, like
they have characters.
characters.
Like
Yeah.
they're.
Nice sidestepping
And
my
we
Ben
go back to them.
Shapiro
We
fucking
go back
act
to them
there,
periodically. Oh, this
dude.
dude too. He tries to. I think several episodes in this season, this small dude and this tall dude are trying to figure out the mystery of the vaults,
Yeah.
and they eventually, the tall dude is just wants to live in, uh, you know, like blindness. He's like, I don't care. I'm just going to be married.
I think one of the biggest things that people were annoyed about this vault here was why didn't the master take over it when it was in the heart of fucking LA?
And I have to say that that is the dumbest fucking complaint we
Why?
can possibly come up with. It just seems like, sometimes people are just like, why didn't the Vault Dweller from Fallout 2 find this vault in the game? And it's because it didn't fucking exist yet. Moron!
Wait, what do you mean it didn't exist yet?
It didn't exist yet. It wasn't written yet.
No, it wasn't.
Yes,
But that's not the problem of that.
the
The
fucking
problem
point
of the
is they
writing
couldn't
now.
have a vault. They couldn't have a vault. You don't everything on the map on Fallout
Yeah.
is not there.
No, but it's.
I never got
this
the
is next to
impression
LA,
that like
isn't
when
it?
you're on the map, it's just you didn't find it.
Wasn't
Like
this
you
next to
didn't
like the
find.
boneyard or something? Do I remember wrong?
I think so. I think so. It's close. It's fucking in California. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
by rights, the whole fucking area is a nuclear wasteland, and the vaults themselves are fucking gone too. It's just like whenever it's like if we're gonna like get really realistic, you know. But yeah, this vault, if they wanted to have a vault in this area, unless they wanted to say, yeah, we're lucky the master didn't find us that one time, or like said some throwaway line, like, oh, we're lucky that we're so well protected by this region of mountains and this,
we're lucky we
invisible
have this
force field.
wizard who hides
Yes.
this area. Isn't that right,
The,
Warlock?
oh, like in Brotherhood of Steel, we had this constant storm around this area to where the master had never found us. And that would have pleased the fans. They would have been like, oh my God, this is the best Fallout show ever, because it threw me a fucking bone.
Yeah, no, obviously,
Honestly,
obviously there's things here that,
they could have written this in a different way,
yeah.
but they wanted to play in this area that's already developed because it actually has the lore, the pre-war lore, the pre-war shit that people care about, And I guarantee you, if they did one in Oklahoma, where I live, and they're like, yeah, pre-war Oklahoma, here's what happened, nobody would give a fuck. You would get some fans, but you'd be like, what is this? What is this? Is this Tulsa Kings? And then you would have to actually film in Oklahoma, and nobody would want to watch that. Nobody would give a fuck. Anyway, that's just my mini rant about when I saw people bitching about the master not destroying this clearly visible vault here on
quite clearly visible. Also, not only the master,
maybe his mutants
the Enclave,
are so
and the New
fucking
California
stupid.
Republic.
Yeah,
but
maybe they came by. Maybe they didn't come by because this is their enclave. Maybe they had Enclave soldiers standing guard, and nobody knew about it. Maybe this and that. You can write in a fucking so many stupid explanations if they want to now, if they care, because this is an open area the way they have it. I understand why people complain, but also the vaults are stupid ideas to begin with. How does that vault withstand a fucking nuclear bomb? I don't understand how these vaults survive.
don't
Period.
they go under the
I think
ground?
the entranceway.
usually
How does
they're
the
in the
entranceway not cave in? How exactly? This is a stupid location.
Yeah.
I understand that, but it's not about the master to me. It's about when you come out, it looks like that thing would cave in.
Yeah. So which part
But
of LA is this? It's a coast. It's obviously that fucking Ferris wheel hasn't fallen down in 200 years.
and I was pointing this out to my friend when he was doing the Iron Man run on Fallout 2. Like New Reno, the entryway would have fallen down. The San Fran entryway would have fallen down. All of the buildings would have fallen down. But to some extent, you see roof repairs in some locations. You see that they put like metal, tin,
Yeah.
on top, which is like what you would do if
Yeah,
you
I
had
mean, if you
nothing
had
else
the
to do,
resources, you'd fix the roof
But
first, for
those
sure.
buildings have to be made of brick, though,
Hmm.
because otherwise, I can tell you, my house here, it's going to fall down.
Yeah.
Like the wood, it's old. It's just falling the fuck apart just over time.
Dude, my landlord, they don't really take care of these places, and we have brick shillings, and they are mossy as shit. And
Oh yeah,
it
that
this
doesn't
is
help.
it's not gonna last the next 3 to 5 years. I'm gonna say that much.
Yeah, for sure. I like this elder here. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
He's
I'll
kind of
fight
too
them.
religious to my taste, but
I like it. I don't think people understand how religious the Brotherhood of Steel is.
is
People
it
act
though?
like yes, religious, as in a cult, a fucking
I mean,
ritualistic
it could
group.
become one, sure,
No,
but
that is what they are. They're not. I'm not talking
they're
about
like,
God. I'm
yeah,
talking about and we get some of that in even New Vegas, which everybody worships. I think it's really important to realize that these guys are just one step away from one guy being like deified
yeah.
as a god emperor. I don't.
Or the Maxons kind of are in the lore, aren't they?
Yeah,
Kind of deified.
yeah.
You mean, aren't you misgendering the person there? You don't really see much of those old style power armors in these ones.
No, I would like to see some eventually. If they don't,
Mm.
I understand because I actually like the way the new armor looks. As far as the Brotherhood goes, I mean, they did a horrible fucking Enclave armor in 3.
Oh, that was, yeah.
No, I like this whole scene here though. I think it's fine. I think it's pretty good.
Mm.
The worst part of the episode is the introduction of the ghoul, actually, which I actually like. So when this character serves him in season 2, I think it will be a little more compelling than this whole arc we had in season 1, where he's a cuck. That's really what they're setting up. And I find it really interesting. This is the good part of the character that's actually fun.
Right.
And this is your chance to fess up. Nothing? Okay, well, fuck you then. Never gonna talk to you again, bitch.
Being around a lot of horny men would be kind of tough.
I saw a woman.
Oh, I had women in the army also, but in a post-apocalyptic setting. Nah, fucking did go around in the military.
And they'd conveniently get pregnant before a deployment.
Mm.
What an accident. Now, this is the real rich religion shit that probably bothered you a little more. The candles and all that. I guarantee you we can find some candles in them old games. I'll bring up some scans. I'm gonna
Yeah,
look
fuck
for
off, you fuck. Nah, but okay, but you know, I'll give it to you. Definitely, when you think about like all these secret orders, like fucking Skull and Bones, they do the creepy shit like this too. So you know.
The only alternative to doing this would have been to be like, you're going on a mission. You're going to do this and got some technology. You're gonna grab the technology and bring it back. That would have been the alternative to. I honestly, man, the
Well,
Brotherhood's
yeah,
fucking
they are
boring.
tech hoarders, so
Fucking
I don't
boring.
know if they would just
They're
become
fucking